Welcome to the Glory vs. Failure podcast. It's your boy Pat Easy, aka Easy Like Sundays, aka Steez Ease, and I'm here with
one of your favorite co-hosts and one of your favorite podcasts in the building. Todd, what's up?
And it's your girl Renee. Follow me on Instagram or
And welcome to the show, my peoples. How you guys feeling today on this Saturday?
Happy Saturday.
Yes.
Happy Saturday. It's a little gloomy outside, but we're not gonna let that stop our shine.
We got things to do.
And this weather is bipolar as hell.
Oh, dude.
For real.
Bipolar.
It's trying to set us up. Trying to get us sick.
Like, if you look at last episode, I was showing a little shoulder.
Yeah.
back in the trenches.
Exactly, literally. So,
Didn't know what to
be
do.
waiting for you to come out, girl.
Yeah, please, man. I'm trying to show the thighs with the shorts. You feel me? I'm trying to be out here. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Pat's gonna go out with
the
legs, honey.
I've been doing that since high school. Before it was a thing.
Hoochie daddies is crazy.
Yeah, I'm out here.
We love a hoochie daddy short. Come on, Taj, you gotta bring yours out too.
No, I do. I have my shorts.
Yeah, I'm about to say, don't be judging.
I'm not jacking that.
Don't be judging.
Only time I wear those is to show my tats. That's it.
You want to see them thighs? Like the ladies like to see the
bro.
thighs, guys.
Y'all like thighs?
We like thighs, especially when they like me.
Noted.
Love seeing a tall brother
like
just come through. You know the ladies love seeing a tall brother come through. You know the only thing I don't have is tats on the legs though, but it's coming.
Gotta get them. It's subtle.
It's coming. It's gonna be nice. But yeah,
to it.
Welcome to the show. Shout out to the listeners. Shout out to the viewership. YouTube, SoundCloud, wherever you listen to your podcast, Apple Music, Spotify, wherever. Shout out to anybody that listens and support us. But let's get into things. We're gonna start out with Casa Nat. Yeah, man. One of the biggest Twitch streamers ever. You know, he broke the record. He went over 300,000 streams. He broke it back in February. Yeah, Twitch banned him. Young black kid from the Bronx. Throw the X's up.
I did not know he was from the Bronx, first of all. That's crazy.
Me
neither.
I'm not gonna lie.
At all. He's still here right now?
Probably not.
Because I'm just
like, I would get the hell out of Dodge with the money he was making.
He bought his family a crib though, like with the money that he was
You know, I'm taking care of mommy first. That's a Fendi. It don't even matter.
But I think he got banned though, because like he was doing like sexual things or like something like with GTA.
With GTA.
Yeah.
GTA explicit things.
Band?
Right.
His fifth band.
I remember
5 times.
The last time I heard that he got banned, it was about he had took like an edible, and I'm like, oh, come on, like.
He be having a lot of people in there though. Like you saw, he had Krishan and Blueface. Yeah, Ice Spice on there.
Everybody stops on his show, and you know what? They're. I think what captivates the people that follow is that you see the human side to some of these people.
Yes.
Like G Herbo acting a fool. He got his son there. Like that was great.
The episode with 2C.
He was getting it. Yo,
going crazy.
And
the little baby too.
Yeah, and the music that he promotes on there too, like. It's big for the people like Lil Yachty, for instance. He promoted his new song, Holster, and that was big. It blew up that same day.
Like a lot of black excellence to me.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Hopefully he gets his page back, and hopefully, he tries to follow their guidelines so they don't cancel him again.
So Twitch's competitor is a platform called Kick.
Oh, really?
So Kai, he tweeted banned.
Right.
And Kick tweeted him. Apparently they tweeted a GIF with the hand holding out like, come.
Oh, wow.
Come to me, Kai. Just go.
Twitch better be careful.
Exactly.
Yeah, a lot of people in there.
Yo, listen. Little did y'all know, Kick's been giving a lot of people the bag. Aiden Ross, they gave him. Don't quote this. I don't know exactly how many mils, but he got a couple M's to come stream exclusively for them. Aiden Ross jumped, and that's his man's too. So they gave him the bag, and Casa Nat already had the bag from Kick. So now Kick is like, yo, come with us exclusive. You don't got no reason to stay with Twitch.
So let's see what he does.
Right.
Is it really a loss for Twitch though?
I mean, if he was the most popular person on there, I would say so. Like he brought a lot of people in there. I know I don't go on Twitch. I have no interest in being on there. I know like some things that he does is like record his life. Like I think he did like a 24-hour.
Dude was sleeping.
Like
People was watching him sleep.
That's what I'm saying. Like, no offense to y'all, but I feel like y'all don't have no life.
Nah, it's not even that. Like, I respect it. If you can have a following of people that are dedicated to log on to watch what you do and you're just living your life.
But no, I'm saying like the people.
You had to work hard to get that.
They have to be like 16 years old.
Kids, yeah, they have to be kids.
I don't know.
Honey, I got a whole job. And you think I'm going to be sitting there watching him sleep?
There's people that pay him every second. They give him tips while he's streaming. So imagine if he's doing like a 30-day stream or whatever where he's just chilling. Like you get what I'm saying? Like, and people is paying him to
Shout out to
whatever
him.
you want to
Keep
do.
getting your money, bro.
Right, absolutely.
I don't know about that Twitch life. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no.
Listen,
Honestly,
if they give me the bag, I'm here.
I can't
No, yeah,
even
sure.
sit and watch somebody on live.
Yo,
I can't.
for
Oh
real.
my god! It has to be the recording after, and I have to watch it on my computer because I still want to do stuff on my phone. I can't sit on and watch nobody on live.
I don't watch live.
I don't have time for that.
I'm not that comfortable yet. I'm not that
To
comfortable.
watch somebody on live.
No, I mean like to like broadcast myself on live. I feel like I gotta
okay.
prepare, be ready,
I
things
feel
like
like I
that.
went live like once in my life. And that was it.
Me too. I think I
Like,
jumped
two
on like my
people
cousin's
jumped on.
live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jumped on like, all right, threw up the little baby.
Yeah.
All right, that's about it. We
Yeah,
all
I'm about to say,
Right.
it was like a meme. It was like when you recording me and you see me put the 2 fingers up and tip my head, you know, to cut the camera.
Exactly.
That's me.
Yeah,
That
that's
is
it.
You're
Cut the
done.
camera.
Or you do that slide smile like,
Yeah, you know me. I'm getting you.
I'm done. I'm
Better cut
done.
this camera.
That's how you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, my final thoughts on the Casanat issue. Honestly, he's not losing anything. He already got the bag from Kick. He's gonna move over to Kick. Kick's giving all types of artists the bag like Drake and everybody. So that's really gonna be the future. So that's gonna be the
You
future.
say that. That's just like how people saying like Bitcoin is gonna be the future.
That's true. I
Like,
thought
where
that
are
as
we
well.
now?
Right.
Yeah, I thought-
Either way, Kai, keep
lost
getting your
bread.
money. Do what
But
you
no,
gotta
yeah.
do.
Shout out to Kyle.
yeah.
Get your bread from the VX.
And then also, you know
And
what, on
neighboring
top of
town.
that, like, if these platforms keep on kicking you off and you're the highest grossing
Person.
well, I was reading that the person, now that he's banned, the person that's following up, he has 91,800 followers, and compared to somebody that has 300,000.
Yeah. Right.
So if they keep on kicking you off the platform, we need to start making our own.
Literally.
Use your influence.
Like-
right.
Literally.
Y'all have the funds to literally collaborate with somebody to make your app, create your own platform. Do it.
That could be dangerous though, because the first person is really that person that everyone wants to watch the first person to see what they did to do better. So who's gonna want to really be that first person? I feel like Kai doesn't really want to be that first person. But
But hey, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to set
Gotta
a
stand
tone.
out.
that's true. That's true.
Absolutely. Think about Trump.
Okay, well,
The-
I was gonna say think about Jay-Z. He made his own music streaming platform. I don't know if it's still being used.
Tidal?
Tidal?
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know. Whatever happened to Tidal? It's
Right.
probably a dub
They-
right now.
they said
He-
whatever
once he
happened
sold it, it didn't matter
Yeah,
anymore.
Yeah.
because he took his name off. But that's what I thought of when you said that.
I
True.
forgot all about that.
That's true. But yeah, so that's my final thoughts on that. But I was on Twitter the other day and I seen a post, and it was basically the parent removing the door.
Off of the of the child's bedroom door. Yes.
Yeah.
I saw that too. I know in the caption they were saying like, privacy is not a privilege, and I asked y'all that too. Like, do y'all think privacy is a privilege? I know for me, like in my household, my parents have never done that, but I don't think that we've given them a reason to. So I don't know their situation, and I'm not saying that you don't deserve a door, but as a parent, like maybe in a situation where you can't control, or like a child has been doing some concerning things in their room, like what if the kid was suicidal? You
Right.
took the hinge off. We don't know the situation, so privacy. I don't know. Like under your parents' household, I don't know. I think it's like it's a privilege, I guess. But that's really cool. That's my stance on it.
I'm a little bit about that. Like, all right, so I was reading the comments, and the girl that originally posted it, she was saying that, my mom's in the military. Like, in the military, they were taught that everything that you have is a privilege. So in the comments, there were other people part of the military, specifically the Marines, and they were like, no, this is completely right. Every single thing is a privilege, and you don't deserve anything unless you work hard for it. But I'm just like, there's a fine line between trying to discipline your child and
then abuse or traumatizing
abusing
them.
and traumatizing your child. Because also, like, all right, for example, say it's a father doing that to his daughter. That's, I don't know, that makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable. Especially, like, think about her getting dressed, like your child's maturing and stuff like that. Why would you want your child to be exposed like that? I understand it's in the house,
Yeah.
but still, like,
There should be some type of boundary. There should have some
I
type of
think
safe
that's
space.
a little bit beyond.
My thoughts on it, I honestly feel like there's levels to it. I agree with the quote, but it's kind of like me being a father of a 4-year-old girl. I feel like I don't want to impede on her maturing and her growing to be for her to grow up to be whoever she wants to be. But at the same time, I want to monitor her and make sure that, she doesn't
stray off the path.
Right. You get what I'm saying? But I'm not going to really impede on that. So the whole privacy thing, I do understand that it is a privilege, especially in my household. But certain extremes would have to cause that, I don't know.
But that's why I said, like, in the case of, like, what if your child was harming themselves or...
Right.
Like, granted, there's so many different ways to handle it. I'm just saying I don't knock the people for taking the door off. If the child is being disrespectful or, like, they wilding out or something like that, it's like, this is my house.
Right.
When you become an adult and you get your own house, you can keep all the doors on. But right now, because you're behaving in this manner, I'm taking the door off because it's a privilege. But I don't know.
That's true. I mean, if you...
It's hard.
It's dicey. If you're doing it as a precaution, basically. If you're doing it as a precaution, that's too much. If you're doing it to make sure she doesn't want to become your worst fear, that's a problem.
But I still feel like sometimes when parents do that, they just make their child worse.
Yeah.
It's a possibility. It is.
They're just going to get smarter and try to,
be more sneaky.
Oh, let's climb out the window now.
Wow. I mean, y'all already had y'all window stories, so. Go back to episode 0.
That's my thoughts on
listeners.
Yeah,
I'm
jumping out the window. But yeah, that's our thoughts on that. Johnathan Majors, guys. I feel like we should name this the Johnathan Majors Saga because the way this is like the 3rd, 4th straight episode
where we mentioned Johnathan Majors.
Yeah,
but we found out more and new information. Guys.
Right.
Yeah,
we're gonna cover it.
Like, what were you doing?
There's more people cutting ties with him.
Who are you really?
His management and his PR agency. That was the people that was on top of it.
Exactly.
When this allegation first came out, they was like, no.
It was the people that Maya shouted out. A couple episodes
It
ago.
was.
You gave a shout out to his PR team.
Oh.
And you were saying, like, they was doing a good job about controlling the situation.
Yo, how ironic is that?
Them out again,
Everybody that you shout out,
shout out
to
y'all for doing what you got to do to protect yourself at the end of the day. Honey said, we tried with you, John, but it's a little bit too much for us to deal with, so we're going to wrap it up. Good luck, though.
They was like, this.
But what do y'all think about that? Like, do y'all think that he really is guilty and that's why they backed out? Or do y'all think they just, like, was like, we can't be associated with you? I feel like something is happening or Johnathan did something to somebody and he's, like, being put in the process of being canceled.
What did I say to you? I'm not going to say it here.
No, say it.
But you guys should understand what I'm trying to insinuate.
Say it. No,
the power of cancel
The
culture?
powers that be. I feel like they offered him something and he denied that request. So now they're coming for his ass.
There's something. Because he was just at top. Like, he just had mad movies in the box office. We discussed this on the other episode.
Right. I feel like it's testimony, man. Like, whenever an artist, especially like a black artist or actor, they get to a certain plateau, they get tested.
No.
Shit just starts going wrong.
Like,
and it's either you sink or swim. And then right now we're just witnessing that. Especially in 2023 with cancel culture being as powerful as it is. Like, listen, as soon as you hear allegations of 3 or more parties coming forth with the same story, everybody's ready to jump out this bitch like it's the Titanic.
Yeah,
they're not even trying to see the shit through.
I just want to know, like, the truth. Like, where did this come from? And it's like, again, in situations like this, like, why do stories... Like, granted, I'm understanding of things like the Me Too movement where, women or people who have experienced sexual assault are being encouraged to speak out. But why is it always, like, when... It's like a trifecta. This happens or he's painted in this way, and then all of a sudden all of these stories come
dominoes.
Like, are these people being paid to come out with these stories?
It's like, that movie just grossed how much in the box office?
Let's get him.
I need some of that. I need a cut of that pie.
That's on God. From 2011 though.
Like, and again, if they were assaulted, like, prayers to you. I hope that you find peace.
And get the justice.
Like, what's going on?
The thing is, though, in Johnathan Majors' case specifically, it's been history of him being an abuser.
But why all of a sudden is this history being
allegedly,
right? Why is this history being, like, showcased now? Like, what did he do?
Because people are saying people that know him before are starting to say that this is behavior that they've seen before. Like, this is like something that they already know what's gonna happen.
Like before he was famous.
So he's always been slapping people, is what y'all saying.
Yo, that's
What I think happened in the whole thing is once you get enough limelight on you, your true colors start to show. You can't hide.
You can't mask it for
yeah,
too long.
You can't
Absolutely,
hide,
I can see
the
that.
shadow. You got so many lights on you, so your true self starts to come out.
That's probably why he don't got an Instagram.
He slipped up.
the one thing that I'm paying one thing I'm paying close attention to though, Marvel. They're still standing strong.
No, they're
not.
No, they're not.
Their
knees is quaking. Their knees is
really.
It was a
They
clip.
want Jameson.
They want to replace him.
Yeah.
That's
Damson.
Yeah.
Wow, man. Sheesh. So I mean,
And speaking of Damson,
I mean, he's on the road too. You know, for those that didn't see it, spoiler alert for those that didn't see it. You feel me? But Snowfall, the wonderful series that it has been, is finally over.
I didn't watch it
after years. Like, you need to get up on it, man.
Sorry,
you better binge watch.
Don't cancel
It's been a beautiful ride. I'm not gonna go over the whole story here with y'all. I just want to talk about the ending really, and about like how it hurt to see my boy Franklin Saint, man, after going through everything he did, putting everyone on with the money, putting people in positions, sacrificing, never giving up his people just for everybody to turn their back on him and leave him when they seen that he started losing his mind about that 73 mil. But what would you do if you had 73 mil and someone just took it from you, cleaned you out?
What do you mean?
Gotta get gully.
Like they came in, cleaned out shop and left?
Oh no! So basically, the CIA agent that was his plug with the coke from the beginning. No, he wanted out of the game. He wanted out of the game clean. He was like, "Listen, I did my duty as a patriot for you over the years. Look at my neighborhood, turn my neighborhood into the crack. I created crack. I'm out. I want a clean life with my wife. She's expecting a baby. This, that, and the third." He's like, "All right, cool." As soon as he did that, cleaned him out. 73 mil. You feel me? And he was just like, yo, just, hand it over. And he was just like, what money? Playing games. And Franklin was just like, I'm going to dedicate every second I have to making everybody you know and care for scared. He killed his father, Yeah, it was bad, bro. So
he ended up broke for real, like in the end.
Yeah, he ended up broke. He ended up, a drunkard. Full circle effect. He became his father.
And I saw like a clip of him like with no shoes on, eyes bloodshot red, dirty clothes.
His wife turned his back, cleaned him out for the little $800,000 that he had left. Turned his back on him.
Sheesh.
Left with the baby. When she had the baby, she called him and told him like, listen, I'm gonna take good care of the baby. You're gonna go to the best schools, this, that, and the third. You should take some solace in that. His mom took the rap for him in jail, and she was just like, yo, I don't ever want to see you again. And he's just like, you fucked it up for me. You the one that shot him. He was about to transfer the money. You could have waited 10 seconds. He was on the phone. All he had to give up was the passcode, and that was the anxiety for me. It was pumping. I was looking like, damn, he's about to finally get this money. It was all worth it for this in the end. And his mom just shot.
She got
shot
happy
right there.
and just...
Yeah, I'm good off that. But shout out to Damson, shout out to Snowfall, because I feel like a lot of people actually do love that show.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I didn't know it was out for so long. It was like, 7 years?
6, 7 years.
That's crazy.
But
I thought it was brand new.
Okay, I watched.
One thing, I mean, it's
an
Easter egg, but not really an Easter egg. But there was the scene when they was walking by the neighborhood and they seen cameras and the director. It was supposed to be John Singleton, and he was shooting his first movie ever, Boys in the Hood, because they had the boys on the set.
Wow.
And Damson, he yelled at RP to John Singleton. He was the one that created Snowfall, by the way, for those that didn't know. He passed away before the series was over, so they did that tribute to him, which was very touching. Damson even was the OG that yelled at John Singleton when he was a kid and said, you ain't gonna get no Oscar for that. So when he did that, it was like a touching scene and all that. So shout out to them for that little touching thing. Also, when he asked Leon for the $20 and went to the supermarket, he ended up going to the supermarket that in season 1 he was working at, which is like a full circle effect too.
Which way do you take that whole story? Do you take it as him being too greedy or him being betrayed?
I take it as him being too greedy.
Okay.
I take it as him being too greedy. Because he had many outs and there was many signs from God or the forces that be in the show for him to just take his out. Like people kept saying the same thing to him throughout the season. It's like, let's go. The money isn't worth it. The money isn't worth it is an underlining theme of that show. The fact that he started listening to it and then he would turn, then he would get colder, darker, the more richer he became. and it wasn't even about his people. He became the CIA agent at the end.
He destroyed his whole community.
Mm-hmm.
He
Talking about he helped people.
But he did help people. He helped everyone in his. From my perspective, he helped everyone in his circle. Brought everybody up to millionaires.
Yeah.
In each season after season 1, another part of his circle betrayed him.
Right.
From his mom, father, uncle, the CIA agent, wife, girlfriend,
Right.
everyone, best friend.
What did the uncle tell him before he sold the first brick, though?
What?
He said, "Listen, this is not a game you want to be getting into. I didn't see a lot of people die behind this. A lot of people, it's not worth it." He's a broke kid, just got denied out of college because he's black. You know what I'm saying?
I think it would have been worth it for him if he would have kept people in that game that he wasn't so attached to. That way he could have cut them off earlier if they did any type of craziness. You know what I'm saying?
If anything that I learned from Power and the drug game is that you have to be very, very careful with who you bring on board because you really don't know who has alternate motives behind the scenes.
I mean, it's that, but the overlying thing is like, yo, if you getting into this, jail or dead, they ain't no happy endings. Mm-hmm. And that's what I loved about the ending of Snowfall, just to bring this back together and wrap this up. Ain't no good fairy tale ending. This is reality. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had 73 million, you tasted the top life, now you're a drunkard, homeless on the streets, the same streets that you seen your pops on in season 1 and said that you would never be like him. And that's real life.
And I feel like this is a good time to quote Mr. J. Cole, Jermaine Cole, love yours.
Love yours.
There's no
Jermaine,
such thing as a life that's better
Cole.
than yours. Like, don't be so greedy that you end up with nothing.
Right.
But speaking of music, we want to talk about the AI generated music that's going on.
Yes.
Yeah. AI's taking over, people. Y'all thought y'all was going to ignore that shit with the Lensa app and shit, and now look what they doing over there.
I still like my pictures from the Lensa app.
Now,
they was worth the $8. I'm not even gonna lie.
Listen, now they out here using the generated voices to sound like your top favorite artist. It could sound like anybody.
Drake, Kanye,
The Weeknd,
Ice Spice.
So they had Drake singing a Rihanna song, and I was like, "What? This shit sounds fucking good." I'm not gonna hold y'all.
and that's scary because if you think about it, it's kind of like cutting out the middleman. Because the main thing with these music labels is that we have to deal with these characters that know they're the prize. It's like, oh, I want this, I want that, give me the advance. Oh, I want out my label. They don't got to deal with that if they just dealing with AI. And then they did a test run with this Drake and Weeknd song that they made up. Mm-hmm. Billboard didn't know about it. That shit went almost like double platinum.
Right, I saw that.
They had to remove it from Billboard.
Yeah. Wait, so that wasn't an official
No.
song?
They're not doing no song like right now. They were supposed to do the XO OVO years ago. What's the name was like, no.
Oh no, because Drake was fucking on The Weeknd's girl.
Yeah,
allegedly.
we gotta allege that. I mean, I felt that way too.
They got past that.
Did he say that in a song though?
No.
Saying that
Bella,
me and
Bella.
no. Drake. I was listening to a Drake song. He was basically saying that me and the
boy that sound
Weeknd
like
can.
Michael.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
We been settled that.
Wars.
War.
I think she talking about
That's
War.
Oh, okay.
And that boy that sound like Thriller.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
We just had to fix things, 6 things. Nah,
But it was more than that. Cause
We can't split
beefing.
That's my shit, low key.
They were beefing, or like having a rift after the Marvin's room because
Always
people
gotta be
were
about
saying,
women, man.
No, it wasn't about women. It was about the music. People were saying that The Weeknd wrote majority of his music, and it was like, no, he didn't. What's wrong with you? You didn't watch the interview? He didn't write most of the music, and most of the hits were just Drake songs on that album.
Awesome.
Regardless, that's not my favorite album with Drake anyway. But
Listen, man, die on that cliff if you have to.
I guess I will.
I just want
I'll
to
do
know.
a backflip.
I just want to know from the perspective. I don't rap. I'm just saying a perspective of an up and coming rapper that really want to make it and do things the natural way. How the fuck you even going trying to get a record deal now when they can just make somebody to sound better than you?
Regardless of that, though, I mean, that's a good question. But my thing would more so be like, as for artists like Drake, like The Weeknd, I would feel like you're trying to play me if you're making things that sound like me. Because that's what the AI thing is, right? Like, it can make it sound
No,
like
they can make it sound like anybody.
So
So they
that's
can
what
make
I'm
a
saying.
creative voice, which they have done. I think they have like
That would bother me,
K-pop
though.
stars already that are robots like selling out but that's like a topic for a whole nother day. I'm just saying that they can make
It sounds like anybody.
they can make their next up and coming artist. They don't need an organic feel
Is
anymore.
it kind of like what they did with Meta? Remember when Facebook Meta they created that virtual reality world? Metaverse. Thank you. See, but they created an artist, and he was on the metaverse, and people were going crazy because it's just like you're pushing promo for
a fake
artist.
robot.
Like they could not grasp it, and they come to find out the actual rapper behind the character, he wasn't getting paid. So they just took his voice and started creating their own lyrics and doing whatever.
That's what I'm saying.
Cut him
Like,
right out.
and
they can make
like
their
that,
own lyrics if they really want to. Shit creeps me the fuck out.
Yeah, that's weird.
But that could also help the smaller like artists kind of trying to come up. You know what I'm saying?
I got a
Imagine
Drake feature.
You got a dope
and it's
verse.
not
You know what I'm
really
saying?
him.
You got a dope song, and all you need is just a Drake's voice on it.
No.
Nah,
That would make your song
that's-
pop, 'cause
but
it
that's
sounds like you got
weird.
Drake
It
on
would,
That's
but
weird.
it's not
that would
right.
entitle Drake to sue because you're
Right.
using my
Yeah.
voice.
No, because
Or
it's
it
not
sounds
used
like
AI
it.
Drake. Until they
It's
come up with
Drake.
That's scary. No, that's like along the
No,
lines of
but
like
you know what?
iRobot
Somebody
and stuff.
might be able to
No.
slip
But
through the
you
cracks
can
with
get
that
away with it
one.
now,
Literally.
Until the record labels figure out how to monetize it, you can get away with as much as you can.
Right
Until they
now.
make those laws.
Yeah.
You know what
Make
I'm saying?
'em.
Put that shit in place.
This is a great area right now, folks,
Yeah,
that we're
exactly.
talking about. We're breaking this first, by the way, too.
I personally feel like smaller artists should take advantage of this as much as they can
You're
to get as much clout as they can from it to be able to make themselves pop in this microwave era
You would not
before
get.
the. Huh?
You won't get clout from the industry. They're gonna look at you like a weirdo.
They're gonna
I feel
ban
like-
you.
You
I
don't
feel
need
like-
clout for the
Ban
industry.
you.
You don't need clout for the industry.
Alright, so
Look how
you
look,
need
look
clout
how
for the industry.
look
It's
how
like
those AI
politics.
look how those AI tracks charted, right?
Right. So you saying just get your money and get out because you're not gonna
No,
be able
I'm
to say.
saying get the public appeal. Once the people like you are into it, but no matter how you got into it, you're already there.
If the other
you
artists-
organically got your market. You
No.
don't need the monster. You don't need the machine behind you at that point.
So,
No.
Crumbs, this is how I feel. I feel like anything you can do as an underground artist, the label, if I have the same resources with more funds, I can do better.
But if you have yourself popped already before you get to the label, you have the leverage to be able to control your deal.
I don't need to
It's not
sign
like
you if you popped because I can just take what made you pop and put it into my AI. That's what
I
I'm
think
saying.
This whole conversation is crazy. I feel like y'all like missing the integrity part and the fact that in the music industry it is politics. So you saying like make a hit and then boom you get your money, but you're not gonna be able to live like that. People are not gonna want to work with you. Producers are not gonna want to work with you. So like you about to just make everything by yourself and keep making hits that don't sound like you. Like it sounds like somebody else. Is weird. Like,
No,
you're not
I'm
gonna get
saying
too
you
far.
can't even get
Not in the
money if they're doing
organic
this.
industry, especially not rap. You're not about to get too far doing that.
My
I
whole
feel like the
thing is-
future is coming,
Yeah.
and some of these things
That
that you're
would be
thinking about is
crazy.
going to be the past, and those people have to deal with it.
Well, we'll see. I doubt it.
But part
All
of
I'm
the
saying
future
is don't
yeah.
use my likeness and image if you're not gonna pay me.
Exactly.
I want my coin. Simple.
But that
That's
has
not
to be
gonna
a
last.
verbiage.
Right.
And they're
in the
already
law,
working on
and
it.
it's not right now.
Well, they're already working.
I
on
know,
it.
yeah. Sony Music Group is actually they opened up like a lawsuit.
Yeah.
They're in
These
court
niggas is
right
on top
now,
of everything,
but
bro. I
they're
thought
basically
Universal would be.
saying you guys are not using any of our artists. Like if they
Right.
try to touch the artist, you're getting sued, fined, all the above. And I don't blame them.
Because that's weird.
Yeah, no.
Imagine you turn on the radio and you hear a song that you never did, and it's your voice.
Everybody's getting sued.
But y'all
And
have
you
no
didn't get a
problem-
paycheck?
That's
Everybody's
me.
getting sued. Exactly.
That's me.
Y'all have no problem giving up all y'all likenesses to the AI Chinese app for you to make the fucking
Niggas didn't read the fine print for that.
crazy ass photos, like you know what I'm saying, the drawn photos.
Niggas didn't read the fine
Y'all
print on
have a
that.
problem with the AI.
You can do all the photos you want,
Niggas ain't read the fine print for that.
but you're not about to take my
Niggas do not
craft.
read the fine print.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And
I
then
No, especially if I'm already grossing on the charts and all that. Even
Like-
if I'm not, that's still my
and
work.
they're not gonna get respect for that. Like,
Alright,
No.
basketball terms, real quick. It's
No.
just basically like, yo, the best street ball that's in the neighborhood right now playing at Hartley Park. Nigga, I go upstairs, turn on my game, and create a my creative player, turn everything up to 99, generate him in real life, and bring him outside and say that's me, nigga, and kill everybody on the court. That's basically what they're gonna be doing. None of them niggas gonna be able to shine no more.
I hear what you gotta say. I hear what you're saying, Josh. You're saying that if you're trying to make if you do it the AI way, it's not real. People are not gonna want to talk to you or mess with you in
I
the
get it.
street.
political game.
But my whole thing is, if you just put a little bit of AI on it,
Yeah.
you put just to get people to listen. You don't have to do any of the songs. You put a little bit of AI on it, just get people to listen, and that song pops. Now you have your own following, a bigger following than you had. That then gives the creator power to go into the major labels and talk their own shit and get their own deals the way they should, not get fucked over because they already have their own following. I feel like they should use it while they can and make as much money as they can.
Yeah, I get what you mean by that. I'm just saying it's not gonna get far. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, man, look at the gorillas.
Look at
the gorillas. Look at the
Look
gorillas,
at,
all right?
Look at
It's cool when they do it.
Look at Lil Pump. All those
Yeah,
people
look at
from that
him.
era.
Where is he now?
Huh? A millionaire still.
And looking
Putting on
crazy.
women's clothing.
Not in the music industry.
A millionaire still.
Shaving his head.
A millionaire still.
Not
But,
making money.
yeah,
Still not
this-
in the industry.
Oh
That's
shit!
what I'm saying.
Drop my phone.
But the
This is an interesting topic. I just want to get to the next topic. Yeah. So Big Lotto. She teases a new song, "Drop It on the Floor," at Coachella. She performs it and drops it, and it's allegedly a diss track. It's not a diss track. It's allegedly dissing Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice.
yeah, she has some lines in there. I think.
So
She's
I
dissing
mean,
I say shout out to her.
is this still subliminal beef, or is it like on the front lines now?
I don't even know. I feel like she feels away, just by like social media games, like subtweets and certain like movements and stuff like that. And I feel like in the song, I think she was like just saying like, if you have a problem with me, say it loud, so then I could really give you a problem. I respect her though.
That's annoying. That's
It is.
annoying. Like, if you got a problem, like, just say it. But as soon as you see the person,
Yeah,
that's
I think
annoying.
it's also because like they're
And she
in
old.
these, but they're in these like spaces where it's like, if you do say something, you may take it too far, and then it kills your marketing, it kills your money. So I get why like people sub, or even like in music, and I feel like
Yeah.
that's always been like a thing. Like Jay-Z has done it, Lil Wayne has done it, Nas has done it to address, like whoever they're having a problem with right then and there.
Right.
But in all, like I actually do rock with the song, so shout out to Big Lotto. And then also, I don't know, like I just respect her artistry, even since she started like as like a 16-year-old girl on the rap game. I don't know if y'all watched that, but I say shout out to her. Keep going, keep fighting, because other people be scared.
exactly.
Nobody else is gonna do what
That's
she's
what
doing
I
right
love.
now.
That's
it on
why
the
you're the
floor.
biggest, sis. That's why you're the biggest.
Facts.
Like,
And it's not her first
it's not her first
shuffle,
rodeo.
right? Yeah, like shuffle with other female rappers. So good luck to her. I hope
Do
her career
y'all
continues to
expect
prosper.
like a clapback of any type, or
They're gonna be subtle.
Yeah,
It's already clapbacks.
It's gonna be in the
and music, right?
It's gonna be in the
You just
music.
gotta listen
like,
to the music.
think about it. I'm thinking about Nicki Minaj and her Christopher Reeves lyric.
okay?
I don't fuck with horses unless they Chris. I'm like,
Whatever
whatever she said.
Yeah.
But she was referring to Megan.
To Megan.
It's always gonna be digs.
And it's just like,
We're gonna hear about it though.
We're gonna
Megan
hear about
drops her album. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be
and I
something.
know she
in
coming
there.
with the
It ain't
hot
beef
fire.
till it's on wax. That's how I feel. It ain't really on beef till it's on wax.
As I said, like
yo,
it's like a
this
rising.
is
Yeah.
this is like this track that I'm putting out is
The
for.
girls are fighting.
But the thing about that though is like you can't do that no more because everybody's focused on streams, everybody's focused on numbers, everybody's focused on making money. You can't go out and diss somebody and be like, yeah, Patrick, this da da da.
This ain't the 90s no more.
It's not gonna do the numbers. Think about
People have done that,
Think
though.
about Pusha T and Drake. Although Pusha T's disses was good, it was so obvious and it wasn't charting. We don't listen to Pusha T. You don't
We
hear
love
Pusha T
Drake.
on the radio.
Yes,
You don't,
no.
and that's what makes Drake so prosperous. It's like I'm gonna dig at you all day, but it's gonna be subliminal.
So I mean,
It's marketable.
I
Gotta
feel
stay
like
marketable.
it's like, how can I say this? It's more of like what you're into because, for instance, MGK and Eminem, when they were beefing, both their disses towards each other were straight, and they said diss track on them, and they both charted after a while,
Right, but I'm saying today. When did they do that?
Probably
We're
like
not pandemic.
2020.
Yeah.
What is it like? So you saying that it was charting and it was good?
Yeah, but
Okay,
I'm not
so
saying
I
I personally don't care to listen to either or.
Yeah.
I'm just saying like that's on wax. That makes it official.
Okay.
Versus the subs back and forth. Those are just like references and like light taps. You get what I'm
That's what
saying?
I'm saying, like,
it's
it's
not
days.
really beef until it's like.
Yeah.
That was my original question. Like, yo, is this really beef on the forefront, or are we expecting a clap back where it says, yo, Lotto, Big Lotto, or
But you gotta
the
remember,
Queen, Nicki.
It's
you know?
different when it comes to women.
I don't say that
Like-
though, and I don't say that because of Drake. Drake does it all the
No.
time.
So what I'm
Yeah,
saying
he does
is
like
that
taps all
like
the time.
automatically, like we gotta be careful. Like we could push and we could be aggressive, but we can't be aggressive. No, we could push and be assertive, but we
Right.
can't be aggressive.
Okay.
Cause we get that. Oh, look at this one. She's all.
Oh, they got these women.
Not
Yeah,
really, because
Y'all
when
it's
already
just
get that.
like-
Y'all already get that,
it's just
especially
like-
black women.
Nah, because when Remy
Yes.
Ma first came out and then she
No,
made the diss
yes,
towards Nicki, I was
facts.
like, yo, this is. It wasn't like
No,
when
but
she was
like-
aggressive about it. It wasn't
They
too.
did.
Don't get me
Right.
wrong. Don't get me wrong.
Well, that's because she wasn't a fan favorite.
Remy's diss was amazing.
Yeah.
Nicki was dating Nas at that
And she
time, so he
power-
shut that shit
She
down.
power played.
But
Jay-Z too.
Remy's good now.
approve.
Remy's still good, but I feel like that kind of knocked it down just a little bit.
Her career
Yeah,
pause.
because now,
beefing with Nicki.
because think about it on the back end.
Where's the music? Where's the album?
Think about it on the back
That's
end.
what y'all mean. Like, how are we like
Your
benefiting
career.
for this? I get it. I get
You
it.
gotta play smart.
Well, when niggas is really beefing, they ain't really focused about like how can I be more successful about this.
Yes,
It's just
they-
on some like how can I out top the other person.
No,
Competitive
nowadays I'm saying like it is. It's like my stuff needs to sell. I need to get at you so you know not to play with me. But I still need
Still
to
need
make
to
money.
sell.
Like my
Absolutely.
career is not gonna tank because I just came out you crazy on a diss. Because
I
it
feel
does
like-
affect things. Like
It
you gotta
does.
be you gotta be calm with it now.
Right. I feel like you gotta have money to beef nowadays. Because honestly, everybody can't do what Drizzy do and just do little petty jabs to be like, yo, you can never top me in this beef, so just quit. You know?
I
I'm
don't
telling
know.
you.
Yeah, I think Drake be pouring into his beef. I'm glad he's in a good space now. But you know he was going in.
Oh,
Like,
he
when he
used to
was
love it.
beefing with Meek, like he
Ooh.
was really dragging
loved
it. Dragging. But it was because he was in a space of like hunger. He was in a space of like you're trying to take food out of my family's mouth.
Now I'm
Nah,
everything.
no.
Exactly.
After a while, I was beating on a dead
Everything
horse.
food, like-
But
He
it's
was
like
he was circling
had
the
to-
block to
he
kick
got
the
he
dead
got
body.
the lick for everybody that really tried.
How
to
you
do
spin the
something.
block and get out your car and kick a dead body and get back and drive around?
Look at Kanye. He's still dissing Kanye too. Like he's not letting up. I'm not letting up, and I love that. I love that. For
I feel
Drake.
like he will never stop.
No, the
He
petty
will
king,
never,
the overseer
never,
of
never
everything,
stop. He
and that's why
won't
he got
stop.
Kim on the record.
Yep.
And y'all didn't even like that song, man. I was so heartbroken that y'all said you
No,
didn't
I
like
like
that
that
song
song.
last week.
It's alright.
I like it.
Nah, that was my shit, y'all.
I told you Drake just want to be saved. It
By
was
you.
bound to happen.
By you. You gotta
exactly.
say- you gotta
It's
say
bound
by
to
you.
happen. So
But yeah,
But yeah, so that's all we have for you today, guys. Thank you for checking out the show. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube. Be sure to follow us on Instagram. Listen to all the podcasts anywhere you can get them. Apple Music, Spotify, SoundCloud, Pandora, iHeartMedia, wherever you want to get it. We even got it in audio books.
we outside.
We outside. And we update weekly. So you already know. Glory versus failure, it's not about the power.
Glory versus failure. There is nothing to it, cause you win some and lose some. Sandra Bullock. Tell me when I'm way too much. When